Hello and welcome to this channel. So today we will be talking about how we can plot different plots like bar chart, scatter plot, histogram, and linear plot, and we can also how we can um, plot 2D and 3D graphs. So let's get started. So today we'll be using a text editor that is Visual Studio Community. So I have already created the program for you guys, but we will see how we can code for such a program. So let's just watch a demo about how this program works. So if you can see there, like in the directory we have a Python file, and the other file is a CSV file. It is a random CSV file. We have it is a random data. So we can see like how we can use these CSV data to plot different plots. So let's start it. So if we can run this program, so first of all it will show us the head of the data, like you can see there each column inside the CSV file. So it will just show us the head of the data. So now it will say like press 2 for 2D plots and press 3 for 3D plots. So if we can just type 2, so it will so there is a enter first column. So it says like enter your first column, your required column. So I will just type column 1 and enter your second column. So it is like random column, second column 2. So if we enter, so it will give us like this that choose your graph. Press 1 for linear plot, press 2 for scatter plot, and for 3 for bar plot, and press 4 for histogram, and press 5 to get all plots. It will give us a lot of options, so you can choose whatever you want. So for switching to 3D plot, press 9. So it is connected, the 2D and the 3D graphs are connected. So it will if we just press 1, so to get the result. So you can see here it's just gave us the linear plot, and it will also download this linear plot for us in the current directory. If we can just go there, you can see there in directory, you can see the linear plot which is downloaded for us. So if we see the remaining part, so if we just press 2, it will give us a scatter plot. You can see it is very interactive. You can see it is very user interactive, and it will also download this scatter plot in the current directory. So if we just press 3 for bar plot, you can see the bar plot, very amazing. It's like you can see different colors of the bar plot. So it's we will see in just a minute like how we can get these colorful plots using different plotting dictionaries, different plotting libraries. So it's so press 4 for histogram. So you can see this is a histogram, which is you can collect it from the current directory, and press 5 to get all plots. If you want to get all the plots, so you can just press 5. It will give you the different plots like bar plot, linear, scatter, whatever there is. So you can see linear, scatter, bar plot, and histogram. So and it will also give us an option if we want to switch to the 3D plots, so you can also switch it from here. So if we press 9, so here you can see the program is run again, like it want different columns. So if we just enter column 1, column 2, and as it is like it is a 3D bar plot or whatever it is plotting, like it will demand for 3 different columns. So we just put 2 columns, so just put one like column 3. Okay, so it will here you can see like press 1 for scatter 3D plot, and press 2 for bar 3D plots. So there we have 2 plots like scatter plot and bar plot. So if we if we just put 1, so you can see it will give us 3D scatter plot, very user interactive, you can see. And this plot it will also download this plot for you, and that will be in your current directory. So if we just type 22, enter 22, so you can see this is a bar plot, bar 3D plot, you can see. It's very amazing, like you can see. So this is something about this program, how it works. So it will give us like press 0 to bit, and for switching to 2D, if you want to switch your switch this to 2D, so you can also have the choice. So we will just create the program, so just press 0, and that's all. Okay, so you here you saw like there are different plots, 2D and 3D. We have this line of code, you can see. So how I created that and how it works, so we will discuss each and everything in a very detail, so stay tuned. So before wasting any time, so let's jump into the code. So let me erase all the code, so we can see here. So let's start the code. So we should have some libraries installed in our system for the code. So which is I will show you how much and how many libraries we want to have in our system. So import, first one is numpy, is np, and the second one is pandas. So numpy and pandas, we are using it for the CSV file to open the CSV file and to organize the CSV file, like the data in the CSV file. The other libraries are Seaborn and Matplotlib. We will be using Matplotlib for plotting, and Seaborn also for plotting different plots, and we will be using Matplotlib 3D 3D library for our 3D plots. So let's enter all the libraries first. So we'll be using NumPy, and the other one is Seaborn. Import Pandas. Okay, SPD, and the other one is import Matplotlib. Matplotlib dot pyp STLT, and import Seaborn as SNS. So for 3D, we will be using a 3D plot lab. It is like MPL. Toolkits. .mp So these are the libraries we'll be using in this specific program, and yes, here's another one, that is import sys. We'll be using and I will show you for which command I want to use this specific library. So these are the libraries we'll be using in our specific program. So before wasting time, we just want to read our file. So how we can read our CSV file? So there's a variable file, so we'll be using our pandas library pd dot read CSV, and then we just need the file, the CSV file. So here, that is, the file is already in our current directory, so just put the file name, which is like abc. Okay, abc dot csv. So this is the specific file we will be using in this specific program. So after that, we want just the head of the data, so we can identify which how many columns and which type of data the CSV file have. So print file head, file dot head. That will just print for us the head of the file. Okay, so this is very simple program. You can see, like we just import all libraries, and then we just read our file and print the head of the file. So let's just start our just start our plotting. So first of all, we want to plot a linear plot. So linear plot, create a function. Okay, and so before we just start our plotting, we have to take the data from the user and then use it, and then arrange the data, and then using that data for plotting. So here I am using a variable new input, enter first column. Okay, and we want two columns, so let's create two variables, two inputs. It will take second column. Okay, so we have created the inputs that will take input from the user, and then these columns, we are arranging these columns in array form, like we are using yeah, these columns to make an array. So here I'm using a variable head that will contain the array of first column. So np.array file that contain our CSV data. So after that we have to specify the column we want to make an array from. So in this case we have a new the first column, and for the second column, if we just copy and paste same line, you can see head 1, head 2, and we are using the data of column 2. Okay, so this will take data data from a user and then arrange it in array form. So here we are just starting our linear plot, so it will take you two parameters. It is already specified, head 1 and head 2, head 1 and head 2. The two specific parameters will take so for plotting we'll be using that plt.plot, and here we're using these data, the data from the user, like head 1 and head 2. And here we can also specify labels for our diagram. In this case I just type drugs. I mean the medicines. Okay, so we can specify the different specification, like the x axis and the y axis from here. So plot dot y-axis y label, and that will be y axis. Okay, and just copy this and paste here, and that will be the x-axis for axis. So these are the labels for axis, x-axis and y-axis, and here we can also plot label that what kind of data that diagram have, that plot have. So plot label, plot title. So we specify it here like linear plot. Okay, so if we want to save this linear plot in our directory, so we can also save it. So just type plot dot save big, and specify the whatever you want to name it, like a linear dot png. Okay, so it will give us a png image in our current directory. So the last one is plot dot show. If we want to show or plot, we can say like plot dot show. So this is our first graph, you can see. So if we just want to show the results, so just call the function linear. Okay, so we have this simple code for a linear plot. So till now we have just a linear plot, so just run it. If it not give us an error. Okay, so it's running. You can see here the head of the data, and it will say like enter your first column, that is if you want to add like column of 1 and column 2. Here's you can see here we have a spelling mistake like linear in N-E-L. Okay, so run it again. Column 1 and column 2. Okay, oh yes, it gave us a second error, like there's missing the parameters. We have to give it some parameters. Okay, these are the parameters you can see. So now run it again. plot is not defined. Oh yes, so here again we have some spelling mistakes. So it is PLT, not PLOT, PLT, and this is PLT. Okay, so hopefully it will run this time. So column 1, column 2. Oh yes, so here we go. Like we have our linear plot, and that specific plot will also save for us in our current directory. So if we can see like here we have plot a linear plot. So if we talk about the scatter plot, so it's just like the parameters, the everything, like there is some differences between the plots. So just copy this and paste it here. So for that we will just enter Scatterplot. And then we have to change this title into Scatter. Scatterplot. Sorry for typing mistakes. So and here you can see like we have linear, so make it scatter .png. So if we can see, like it's all done here. So yes, change the function name to scatter. Okay, and call here scatter. So now if we run this program, hopefully it worked for scatter too. So run the program. So column 1 and column 2. Yes, here we have a linear plot, and scatter plot we have some issues. Yes, here you can see like we just type PLT, like this PLT is for Matplotlib. So Matplotlib have no module like Scatterplot, so we will just add SNS, like the C1 library have this module. So, hopefully it the program run for this time. Column 1 and column 2. So here you can see the linear plot, and there you go, the scatter plot. So we have two plots here, like a linear plot and a scatter plot. We can also plot a bar plot. Okay, so let's try bar plot. We will use this data for bar plot 2. So it's bar plot, so here we will just put bar. Okay, and then SNS have this bar plot module. Okay, and then what we want to, yes, we have to change this, the title, bar plot, and bar png. Okay, so we are all done here for bar plot. Just call bar head 1 and head 2. Okay, so hopefully it worked for bar plot. For bar plot we can also use different attributes, like we can use different colors in bar plot. Like it is like HLSTS. Okay, so we are all done with bar plot 2. Let's just run this program. Okay, all 1, all 2, and there you go, the bar plot. So here you can see different colors. This is just embedded in like the Seaborn library. It's a very colorful library, latest version of the plotting. It's like a Seaborn. So you can see here the linear plot 2 and the scatter plot. So we have 3 plots till now. So we can create histogram too. If you want to create a histogram, you can create it too. Again, just copy data and paste it here. So here what we have to change, like histogram. Okay, and then so basically histogram is like it work for collective data. So we need to have one type of data, like if we give it like head 1, and the other one is bins. I will explain it. What is bin? And here SNS dot sit. Okay, so yes, here again we need bins. Okay, and all we need is to change histogram and hist. Okay, so I think we are done with histogram 2. Just call it histogram and 2 parameters. Bins equal to. Okay, so what is bins? Like if we see the histogram, there are this is the representation of the collective data. So the bars we see in the histogram, these are the bins, like how many bins you want to be there in your histogram. So we just specify it from here, like bins is equal to 10, so it will give us in 10 bars. It gave us 10 bars in our histogram. So let's just run this program. Yeah, here oh yes, we got an error, like we didn't specify the plot. We need to specify it like hist, okay, like this is short form of histogram and seaborn. So let's run it again. Okay, 1, 2. Seaborn is not huge. Okay, yes. We have to set it like LT. Hopefully it will work this time, because Seaborn doesn't have hist module, so Matplotlib have that module hist. Hopefully it work for us this time. Yes, so here you can see we have an error of like this, that it doesn't have this property. So just delete this, run it again, hopefully it will work. All one, equal to, yes, there it is. Like histogram first, there we have specified 10 pins for histogram, so you can count it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here you have 10 pins in your histogram, and then your bar plot you can see, and then your linear plot, and then your scatter plot. So we have these 4 type of plots here. So if we want to make some choices for users to uh, get the required result what he wants, so let's make this program the user interactive. So for that I just want to create a function that is 2 column, that is for 2 column. Okay, so indentation is necessary, so these have to be indented. Okay, so for the print statements, like what user should see and to get the results, so I will just copy and paste the print statements. So here you can see I have just copy and paste these statements, like the print statements, like if user these are the things that user should see in the console, like choose your graph, press 1 for linear, and press 2 for scatter, press 3 for bar, and press 4 for histogram. So these are the some statements, like they're the print statement. So the basic thing is like what we need is to make some choices for user. So if you're using the while loop, okay, so while true, okay, so what should you do, like choice equal to, and like we are using we are receiving actually the integers from user. So for this we want n type of data, so maybe put input. Okay, so this is basically the this statement shows like it will receive a data from user. So if choice we have is equal to 1, so if choice is equal to 1, so so just print linear graph for us. So just copy. Actually we are calling the function here, and here elif choice equal to 2, so just print scatter plot first, and else if choice is equal to 3, print bar for us. Okay, and elif choice is equal to 4 print this histogram for us. So here you can see we have different choices, like 1 for linear, 2 for scatter, 3 for bar. So in this, and that's where here we can also create a choice. Okay, we can create a choice if choice equal to 5. Okay, so print these all for me. Okay, so if choice is equal to 5, if the user input is 5, so it will give us these 4 plots. So now all we have to break our program. So if choice is equal to 0, so system, the library we import before, is for that, like we are using that library here, sys dot exit 0. So now it is fully user interactive. You can see we just created a program that will take 2 columns and then plot these 4 type of plots for us. So just run the program. Okay, why it doesn't show me? Okay, it's not working. Invalid generator for this column. So here we got a problem, like we didn't indent these while true in the specific function. Now it is indented. Hopefully it will work. So let's run the program again. So call1, call2. So here it is, choose your graph, press 1 for linear graph. If we just type 1, so it's working. Like if we just type 2, it's working properly. If we just type 0, so the program just ended. So you can see here, like we have created a 2D graphs. It's almost done. Now we just need to create 3D graphs from our CSV data, the data from which we are getting from CSV. So let's just jump into it, like how we can create 3D graphs. So it's so simple. We will be just copying the data from the 2D graphs into the 3D graphs. So here we have a function like for 3 columns. Okay, and we will be getting like 3 uh, 3 columns from user to input there. Like we need 3 columns. Okay, and enter equal third column. Okay, and here you can see we need to arrange this third column too. Just copy and paste here. Like we need to arrange this third column and we name it at 3. So we are done with this. It will get the data from the user and arrange it for us. And for bar plot, the print statement, I will just copy and paste the print statement. So now all we need is to create our 3D graphs. So first of all, we will create a scatter 3D. Just name it scatter 3D, and it will take 3 parameters: head 1, head 2, and head 3. So these 3 parameters will take the specific function will take 3 parameters. So just now we will write down the data for the 3D plotting. So out dot figure, okay, just we are creating a variable and right dot add subplot here we need the projection things. These are the parameters of the 3D graphs, so it should have that parameters. Projections that should be 3D. Okay, so now we want to arrange the data. So x equal to list head and 1, just copy and paste. Okay, and for y, no, not here. Yes, for y we need to arrange the head 2, and for z we need to arrange the head 3. So we have that arranged data. So now we are using that data like x dot scatter data from x and from y from z, and we are using some parameters of the 3D graphs. So now we will just set the x-axis and y-axis like the 2D plots. So x dot set x level to just set it like x axis, and just copy and paste for the y and z to set y level y axis, and for z axis. So in 3D graph we should specify these three axes: x axis, y axis, and z axis. And to save this plot we need tlt.savefig. Okay, and give it a name like scatter 3d.png. So all we need here is to show. Okay, so here we go. We have for 3D scatter plot, and we need also some other 3D plot, which is bar plot. So let's see how we can create a bar plot. So the video is getting too longer, so I just want to copy and paste the code for the bar 3D graph. So let me copy and paste the code. So here you can see I just copy and paste the bar 3D graph. You can see here this is the bar 3D graph. This is same to the scatter 3D graph. So now and I also copy and paste these things like the choices for the users. Like you can see if the user just input 1 so it will give us the scatter 3D, and if the user get enter like the 2 so it will give us the bar 3D. So just let me confirm if I have, yes, scatter 3D and bar 3D. So you can see scatter 3D and bar 3D. Okay, if the user get enter like 9, so it will give us 2 columns, like it will just switch us to the two columns. So all we need, we have 2 columns and 3 columns, and all we need to specify 2 columns and 3 columns. Like if the user get input like 2, so it will give us the data about 2 columns. If the user get input of 3, so it will give us the data about the 3 columns. So just let me press 1 or press 2 for 2 columns, and press 3 for 3 columns. So let me specify these things like here. So I will make choices while true. Okay, so choice equal to and input so if choice equal to 1 1, so print 2 columns. Okay, so else if choice equal to 2 2, so print the 3 columns. Let me confirm the thing. Yes, just copy and paste. Okay, so what it will do, like if the user type 1 1, so it will give a data about the 2 columns. If the user print or input 2 2, so it will give us the data about the 3 columns. So it is all user interactive. You can see it is different functions. It is totally user interactive. So okay, so I think we are done here. So I think we are done here with the coding part. So let's show the result, like how it's working. So that will give me like this, press 2 for 2 columns, press 3 for 3 columns. So if I just tab 2, okay, so enter first column, okay, column 1 and column 2. So choose your graph. So I will choose linear. Okay, oh, it's working. Okay, if I choose 2, oh yes, it's working. If I just switch to the 3D graph, like switching to 3D press 9. So press 9 for that. Oops, we have some issue here. Okay, we have the spelling issue. 3 columns. Okay. Okay, let's run it again. So okay, so if I just want to switch to the 3D graph, tab 9. Okay, now it's working. Like I'm in the 3D graph, so if I just enter columns like col 1 and 2 and 3, so choose your plot, press 1 for scatter, so just put 1. Oh yes, it's working. Like you can, you will have like that 3D scatter graph. And let's try again, like 2 for bar. Oh yes, like we have that bar graph too. So if we just want to get, so 0, yes. So that's all. Like we saw the 2D plots and the 3D plots here. Through Python, how can we plot different plots like bar plot in scatter, histogram, linear plots, and in 2D and 3D. So that's all for today. So I will also give this whole script or code in the description. You can check and play with the code. So that's all for today. So thank you so much for watching this video.